Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on Fork. Today, once again, we're going to grab some lentils. You know, like I've told you in the past, one of the best ingredients available to us because they're heart healthy and affordable, create an extraordinary recipe. We're talking a creamy lentil soup. This is known in Spain as una crema de lentejas. And let me tell you, not only is the soup naturally gluten-free and vegan, but it's filled with so many delicious flavors, made with simple everyday ingredients. And the best part, it's all done in about 40 minutes using just one pan. Folks, serve the soup as a side dish next to some grilled fish or even as a main course, as it certainly has enough protein. Either way, it's the kind of food that with each bite is going to warm your soul and fill you with so much goodness. This video is sponsored by Tienda.com. The Tienda is an online superstore focusing on selling all things Spain for your home and kitchen, and they've been around since 1996. And like I always tell you, they have the biggest selection of artisan Spanish ingredients like queso manchego, the famous jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, Marcona almonds, olives, the beautiful canned seafood from Spain, and all the spices you need to make all your favorite Spanish recipes among so many other great ingredients. And let me tell you, when it comes to cookware, they have an amazing selection of authentic Spanish paella pans that range in size from 2 servings all the way up to 50 servings. And they even offer classic grilling systems, that way you can always perfectly cook your paella at home. Folks, visit Tienda.com, let them know Albert from Spain on Fork sent you there, and make sure you use coupon code ONFORK during checkout for 10% off your order. Alright, let's just jump right into this. I'm going to heat a stock pot with a medium heat and add in 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. Important to use the good stuff here. This is the base fat of the soup and what flavors all the ingredients. Maybe we can get the Spanish one I'm using in the description box below. While the oil is heating, I'm going to finely chop 1 medium-sized onion, roughly chop 6 cloves of garlic, finely chop 1 red bell pepper, and cut 2 carrots that have been peeled, each one to small bite-sized pieces. Then we'll add in the chopped ingredients into the stock pot. And we'll mix them around, that way they're all coated in the olive oil. And as you know, I like to mix this around continuously, that way everything evenly sautés. After about 5 minutes, and the ingredients are lightly sautéed, I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of sherry vinegar, which is 15 milliliters. You can also use red wine vinegar here, or even apple cider vinegar. We'll also add in 1 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 2.5 grams, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of ground cumin, which is 2 grams. And we'll give it a quick mix. Then we'll add in half a cup of tomato sauce, which is 120 grams. As always, I made my sauce by finely grating fresh tomatoes, but you can also use canned tomato sauce here, which is very similar to passata. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together and then simmer it for a few minutes. While tomato sauce is simmering, let's start prepping our lentils. I'm going to add in 1 cup of dried lentils into a fine sieve, which is 180 grams, and rinse them under some water. For this recipe, I'm using green lentils, but you can also use the brown ones. Either way, and like I've told you in the past, when you're working with dried lentils, you don't have to soak them overnight like other beans. You just give them a quick rinse and they're ready to go. After simmering the tomato sauce between 3 to 4 minutes and it's slightly thickened, we'll add in the rinsed lentils and 4 cups of water, which is about 950 milliliters. You can also use veggie broth here or even chicken broth if you like. For this recipe, I prefer to use water, that way the liquid doesn't overpower the flavors of the soup. And we'll also add in 1 bay leaf, turn it up to a high heat, and give it a gentle mix. Once it comes to a boil, we'll place the lid on the stock pot and lower the fire to a low heat. And we're going to simmer this for about 20 minutes or until the lentils are just cooked through. Important to check the package instructions in the lentils you're using, that way you cook them right on the money. After about 20 minutes and the lentils are just cooked through, once again important to check the package instructions in the lentils you're using, we'll remove the lid. And you know, you can always try the lentils just to ensure that they're done. If you see that yours need more time, just simmer it for a bit longer and add in more liquid as needed. For the next step, I'm going to season with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it 1 final mix until it's well mixed together. And like I've told you in the past, when you're working with dried beans, you want to season them once they're cooked. If you season them beforehand, it's going to take them longer to cook and they might end up with a tough texture. And then we'll remove the bay leaf and the stock pot from the heat. And using a hand blender, we'll blend the soup until we end up with a beautiful creamy texture. You can also use a food processor here, or even a stand-up blender. You just wait for the soup to slightly cool before adding it into those elements. And if you see that your soup is too thick, you just add in some more liquid while you're blending it together. Then we'll transfer some of the soup into a shallow bowl. And garnish it with some crushed red pepper flakes and some chopped parsley. Check it out, our creamy lentil soup is done. Super easy to make, simple heart-healthy ingredients, and all done in about 40 minutes using just one pan. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Once again folks, una crema de lentejas, and I tell you it's a cold and chilly day out there, so you know this is gonna hit the spot. Moment of truth, here we go. What a beautiful creamy texture. Check that out. That is absolutely delicious. But first things first, with that bite, it warms your soul and it fills your body with so much goodness. Folks, give this a try at home. Once again, perfect as a side dish next to some grilled fish. Or even as a main course, it certainly has enough protein. Either way, kind of food that's gonna knock it out of the ballpark, make you feel like $1,000,000. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Tom Pagano, Tandy Irvin, Maria, and Karen Reynolds. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. Leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.